Go ahead and bring in Anna Schecter here in Studio 57. She's the senior coordinating producer for our CBS News Crime and Public Safety Unit. As we just heard there from Omar talking about another location, there is just information coming in fast and furious. So let's separate out some of these ideas. First off, what can you tell us about what we know about the attacker?
Well, we've learned quite a bit. In fact, there's a lengthy YouTube video of him from 2020 where he's describing his work as a real estate agent. He talks about spending 10 years in the military, working in IT. Officials confirmed he was in the Army. He grew up, he was born in Beaumont, Texas, and grew up there. He was a resident of Houston, Texas. I mean, in that video, you see him wearing a button-down shirt with a jacket, looking like a professional person, describing his career in a very articulate, coherent manner, and it's just hard to reconcile the individual that carried out the attack with that man. Such different profiles, you would think.
Do we have any information on what may have been going on in his life at the time? Anything from an interpersonal relationship or finances?
Absolutely. So he was married twice. In his second divorce, he filed for divorce in 2020. It took a couple of years to resolve, and during those proceedings, he talks about not being able to pay for the home. His former wife filed a restraining order against him to protect her and their child or children, and that was actually granted. So clearly his life was starting to unravel after that video that we see from him in 2020. In recent years, things started to go downhill. He had financial troubles. He also had sort of small run-ins with the law, driving without a driver's license, theft on his record. So he does have a record. It's not major crimes. It's not violent crimes, but he does have a record. And we're now piecing all of this together. We're trying to build a profile. The New York Times is reporting that he was a recent convert to Islam, so we're working on that.
And we know that there was an ISIS flag on the trailer hitch of the rented truck, rented through Turo, rented in Texas.
That's right.
Driven to Louisiana. We know that there was at least one improvised explosive device in the vehicle, more placed around the French Quarter. So what do we know about the fact that authorities definitively said in the press conference today they don't believe he acted solely, that he was not solely responsible?
Well, our sources tell us there is a video. There is video capturing multiple other people, 4 other people who potentially helped them that investigators believe were accomplices. And our sources described to us that they were dragging the improvised explosive devices to place them. So we don't know exactly where that is, but we know that there were several placed in the French Quarter. There also were devices or parts of devices, precursors, as our sources call them, inside an Airbnb in the La Roque neighborhood of New Orleans, where we saw there was, quite a bit of activity. In fact, our producer down there, she said that she heard an explosion at the house. So much going on. Now we're also looking at a Las Vegas explosion. We're trying to figure out if there was any connection.
So real quick before we let you go, the multiple locations that we know are being investigated in connection with this include the Airbnb location in the La Roque neighborhood in New Orleans and the attacker's home in Houston, correct?
Correct. And then, of course, Bourbon Street, where he carried out the attack. In and around there were other explosive devices found in that neighborhood.
Okay. Anna Schecter, thank you so much.